Hello and welcome to this video where I want to share with you a quick method of inserting a diagram from your textbook into your word processor when you're writing notes or when you're setting an exam, because there might be a situation where you want a diagram to be part of a question which you are setting or part of the notes which you are giving to your students. And this diagram is in your textbook. What do? You get the textbook, you get your webcam, you take a picture of that diagram which you want to insert in your word processor. And over here, what you can see here is a diagram in a biology textbook, and maybe I want to insert this diagram to be part of my notes or part of a question. There are two ways of doing this. Because I have my camera looking down at that diagram and it is well focused, number one, I can take a picture of it. I now have a picture of it, and when you take a picture using your camera, be it a webcam or an external camera, when it goes into your computer, it goes in a folder written pictures. So that is where I'm going to insert that picture in my word processor. And let's do exactly that, because I might need to remove some things from this particular diagram. So over here I have Microsoft Word and it is opened, and now I can be able to insert that diagram in that particular page. Like I said, all I need to do is just to click insert, go to picture, and it will take me directly to the picture folder, and I'm going to trace it there all the way to the last picture that I've just taken. I just need to click and it goes into that page. I might need to crop it a little bit. That is remove unwanted information. So over there, let me increase the view maybe to 200%, something like that, so that it is big enough. When I crop it, it allows me to go into finer details of the same. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on that picture. Once it is selected, you have the tab format. It's already highlighted. And therefore, when I go to format, I click on it, and then I go all the way up to the end where it is written crop. I click on that, and the edges of my picture now, they change, allowing me to click on the edges, drag to the positions where I want to crop. In other words, cut unwanted information like that. And I get this other one here, also move it up like that. And when now I click on crop again, my diagram is inserted into that page. Let me reduce the zooming in to 100% and see the size of my diagram. That is how big it is. I can be able to drag the corners, grab the corners and drag them to increase the size of the picture, just in case I need such a large picture. So that is the first method. You take a picture of it using the webcam and then you format that particular picture. The other method could be very quick. So let me go to second page. I show you that. So while I still have my camera looking down on the diagram, this is what I'm going to do. First of all, I make sure that that is what I am looking at, and then I go to my Microsoft Word to the page where I want to insert that particular diagram. Then I go to the Insert tab. Then on the group of tabs named Illustration, I click on the screenshot on this arrow here. I click on it and then I navigate to Screen Clipping. Screen Clipping, I click on that. And you can see now my whole screen turns grayish. And then my cursor turns into a plus sign. Then I take this plus sign to the corner of the diagram, maybe to some point here, let's say. Then I left click, hold, and drag over the diagram, covering everything. Like that. Once I'm satisfied that everything has been covered, I release. And my diagram goes into that page. Now when it goes into that page, it may still need further clipping or further cropping. So I can go to the cropping tool over there. The edges of the diagram, again, they change, allowing me to do further cropping. Whatever I might want to do. And you've got to be careful here. And finally, my diagram looks okay. And there it goes. So two methods. You could crop it directly. You could clip the diagram directly, or using a screenshot, or you could take a picture of the same. The third method is you could decide to draw this using the drawing tools. Now I'm going to use those drawing tools just to draw another diagram, which is a much simpler than this. You can see that this one is complicated, and you might not draw a very neat diagram if you wanted to draw it from scratch. So the idea of clipping it may be a good idea. You take a screenshot of that page and then you crop that particular diagram and it fits in that page. And then it becomes part of the question. So let me show you how you can draw a diagram using the drawing tools which are found in Microsoft Word. So again, I want to go to a fresh page and do that. So here we are. And this is where now I want to draw a diagram. So let me reduce the size of the page. I'm going to put that one away because the diagram which I want may be found in our textbook. For instance, let's just assume the diagram which I want to draw is this one here. So what you've done is that you've scanned your textbook and you've got a diagram. And you want now to transfer that diagram to this page. You could repeat the process of screenshot. You could take a screenshot of this diagram very quickly, just like we have done before. You take a screenshot and then you crop. So I will not repeat that. I want to show you how you can draw use the drawing tools found here to draw that particular diagram. So you'll go to Insert, and then on the drawing tools, on the group of tabs, illustrations, you go to shapes. You click on that arrow there. You go all the way to the bottom where you've got a new drawing canvas. You click on it and you can see there is a drawing canvas which immediately appears here. I would like to advise that when you draw diagrams, you always have them drawn on a canvas. It is much better. When I look at this diagram, there is a cylinder over here and there is a piece of thread which goes round, which is wrapped round the cylinder. That is exactly what I want to draw. So the first thing I want to draw is the cylinder. So what I will do, I'll go back to Insert, Shapes, and while I'm still there on that downward arrow, I will look for a shape which resembles a cylinder all through, and you find that it is somewhere around here. Basic shapes. I click on that and then I come and click on the canvas. My cylinder appears there. Now I want it to be horizontal. You will search for this green handle over here or green dot over here. You click on it and then you drag to the right. When you drag to the right, it starts rotating. When you drag to the left, it rotates in the anti-clockwise direction. So it depends on what you really want to do. So there it is. Now I want it to make it a little bit longer. I can grab this section here, pull back, or this section, pull in front there. I can make it a little bit thinner or a little bit thicker. It depends on what I'm interested in. So I've got my cylinder over there. Now I want to draw this piece of thread which goes around the cylinder. Again, I'll go to the basic shapes and look for this curve here. Curve. Click on that. Then I will come to this point here. Click. Maybe a good point would be, no, that one will just be suitable. Click at some point there, because that is where I want to start wrapping that piece of thread around the cylinder. Go a short distance away from it, click again, and then drag downwards. Click that point and then drag to the right. Just a short distance, and then I double click to release. So right now, the line that I've drawn is so thin, it can't be seen, so I want to format it a little bit in order to make it a little bit thicker. But first of all, I want to make it sharper. Let me increase the size of my screen here so that it can reveal more of the formatting. I go to Shape Outline, click on the arrow, go to the weight of the line, navigate down, and you can see the line can be as thick as I want. So maybe some thickness like 2 1/4 would be enough. I've drawn the first piece of thread which goes round like that. But initially, it was going below this shape here. So I will get a line. Just go back to basic shapes. Now get a straight line. Basic shapes, insert, basic shapes, get a straight line. Come and put it here. Click, and my line appears there. And now it is just that straight. Again, make it increase its weight to the same value, 2 1/4, like that. But that line does not appear okay. It appears to be above the cylinder. I want it to be behind the cylinder. So how do you do? Do you put it there? You again go to Format. You go to Bring Forward or Bring Backwards or Send Backwards. I want to send it backwards. So I click once, it doesn't go. A second time, it goes. It depends on how many layers you have. If you have many layers, in order to send it to the very back, you will have to click many times. Or just say, come to this arrow, that one, then you say, send back. It will go to it will be the layer at the very back. Because when you draw diagrams, you're using layers. And you can see now, it looks a little bit realistic. Maybe I might want to turn this one slightly sideways like that. And now it looks okay. I want to repeat with this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy that and paste. You can see it appears there. And I'm going to drag it to this new position here. Looks fine. I get the other one. I copy the two of them. Copy and paste the two of them. Now it becomes a little bit faster to draw that diagram because I want as many turns as possible. I paste the next one and I can have as many as I want. And then finally, I want to get this line from here, now come like this but go straight. So I get the same shape, curve, click at that point, click at this other point, drag downwards, then I can come all the way to this particular point here or this particular point, no problem. Double click to release, and then I increase the weight of the line again to about 2 1/4. And there I have my drawing. To change the color of this cylinder, I can come here and say, let it have no color. Transparent. But the moment you make it transparent, you can see you've spoiled this section here. There is a way of covering up that one. You could fill it with a color which is the same as that one of the page, white. And you see, it appears as if it is transparent, but it's not. It's because the color you have filled this shape with is the same color as that one of the page. Or this is what you can do. Let me go back there. This is what you can do with this line. You can drag this point all the way to this point, and you have achieved the same effect. The shape is transparent, fine, but then you've done just a bit of trick to make sure that that line goes below the cylinder and then starts curving like that. And that is how you can use basic shape to draw a basic diagram such as the one that you've just seen in the textbook. This one requires practice. So each and every time you think about drawing a diagram, look at the shapes which are provided here and decide on the one which is very close to the shape which you want to draw. Another method you could use is the one that I've just shown you. Take a photograph, crop that photograph, or have your camera looking at the shape that you want to draw, and then because it is on your screen, you take a screenshot of that particular figure that you can be able to see and then crop it. And that is what I wanted to quickly share with you because I just realized that a majority of the teachers have got problems drawing diagrams which they see in the textbook, and they want that diagram to be part of their notes or part of the question. And when they try to draw, it is all messed up and very discouraging. I hope this one has been of use to you. If this is your first time to be on this channel, take time to subscribe to my channel because I'm always sharing such fantastic information with the teachers who come to this channel, because my channel is dedicated to showing teachers how to use ICT to do that which they love most, and this is to teach. Bye-bye.